That was a wonderful abhishekam. To get an opportunity to observe every possible fruit you can think of, we offered. It's amazing how she made arrangement for us to offer that kind of abhishekam. And I had so many abhishekam I have done, but this is the most intense of all. An episode happened a year ago, that is last January. We do what is called a prayogam. Prayogam is different than yoga. You need mantra, yantra and tantra. You have to be given. The temple has to be given special yantra and special mantra and certain abilities to conduct it. And Mother gave it to us from the beginning. We had that. So last January she said, the most powerful Shiva Bhagavan aspect would be Kailash, Kedarnath, and Rameshwara, the most powerful Shiva's aspect. She said, I want my house, when you construct, to have the effect of Rameshwaram. In other words, this temple would be sanctified as Rameshwaram, so my devotees can come here and have the same effect as they would when they visit Rameshwaram. And every Hindu's belief is you have to go to Rameshwaram and Kailash to achieve the highest. So last February when I was there, that was the last time we were allowed to go. After that, the flights are shut off. I went to Rameshwaram and did exactly what Mother wanted me to do. It's a very involved ritual. There are 24 wells in Rameshwaram. Each one represents one ancient river, 24 of them. I had to take bath in each one of them, thinking of you, so that this place would be sanctified. So there are many other rituals connected to that visit. The trip was for Rameshwaram. And since then, she said, this place would be sanctified once the new house of hers is built. There will be a special Sannidhanam. And the story she told me, I never heard of it before, but it is in mythology. After Rama Bhagavan destroyed Ravana, he was cursed because Ravana was a mighty being, is a mighty Brahmin. And the sin of killing a Brahmin is huge. There's a dosham involved. It's called Brahmahati dosham. And Rama Bhagavan was cursed with that. So Mother told him, you bring Shiva in the form of 3 linga. You have Visvalinga, tell Hanumanji to bring. Sita Linga, Sita would make one. And you make one linga, which is Ramalingam. So there's Ramalingam, Sita Lingam, and Visvalingam. And he did that and he performed the ceremony. And his Brahmahati dosham was removed after that. That is mythology. So she said, I want all my children who have dosham, all of us have dosha, not Brahmahati dosha, so many doshas, hundreds of them. She said, when they come here, their doshas will be removed, just like Rama Bhagavan got rid of Brahmahati dosha. My children, when they come and visit this temple, I want them to get that benefit, similarly what Rama Bhagavan got. So for that reason, we are going to have, she wanted me to do certain ritualistic way to make those lingams. It has been made. It is in India. We will bring it when we have that consecration for Rameshwaram. That will happen in this year or beginning of next year. So in the new temple, we will have one Sannidhanam, which will have all these 3 linga, Ramalinga, Sita Linga, and Hanuman Linga. So that Sannidhanam would be consecrated for Rameshwaram. So this place would be sanctified as Rameshwaram because she gave that information, what special rituals we had to do, and we did everything, and we will continue that. So when devotees come here, they'll get the benefit, although they may not be aware of this episode. This happened a year ago. I have not shared it with many people. Few people know that when we have the Sannidhanam, this place will be sanctified. We will have many Sannidhanam. We will have nearly 30 Sannidhanam. every Ishtadevata of all of humans would be here. Whether you know it or not, that Ishtadevata would be here because she covered all the Sannidhanams with every possible cosmic energy. That means every human who come here, that Ishtadevata, that means that human being would have gone through many lifetimes. You will have Ishtadevata. Whether you know it or not, you have Ishtadevata. And that will be energized. So when you come here, you will get the grace of that Ishtadevata, although you may not know. Many of you may not know who Ishtadevata is. But it said, in this way, all the earthlings who come here to this temple, I will bless them with their Ishtadevata, because they all came from her. There's only one divine, the supreme undivided consciousness, which became trillions and trillions, and we are all part of that. So that's what she activates. So all the deities, which is from her, derived from her, the cosmic energy, will be activated in you. Whoever you have as your Ishtadevata would be activated. What a boon that would be. What a gift that would be. And you may not even be aware. Once we construct, this will take a year. To bring that Sannidhanam probably will take nearly a year. So next year, by February, we may have that Sannidhanam. That will be energized with these 3 linkas, which Rama Bhagavan did at the instruction of Divine Mother. So you do that, your Brahmahati dosham will be removed, and he did it. So 3 aspects are involved. Ramalingam, Sita Lingam, and Visvalingam. That was brought by Hanumanji. He brought that. You see the beautiful concept it is, and how so easily she has granted us that benefit. Because many of you may never get to go to Rameshwaram. So when you come here, you get that benefit of that, which is a huge, huge boon, unbelievable boon. And we have done portion of it. We have not consecrated yet. We have not made the Sannidhanam. So that Sannidhanam will have these 3. We have Kubera Shivalinga. That is different, because Kubera wanted him to be worshipped as Shiva. And Shiva Bhagavan said, no, I will grant you my aspect as Kubera Shivalingam, so you will have that recognition. So we built and consecrated Kubera Shivalingam. That's what we have now, and we have had it ever since the beginning of this temple. But now we have to prepare a new Sannidhanam where all these 3 lingas would be installed, and this place would be sanctified as Rameshwaram. As I said, the most powerful Shiva cosmic energy would be in Kailash, in Amarnath, Kedarnath, and Rameshwaram. These 4 places will have the most intense Shiva Bhagavan's energy. So Rameshwaram is very important. So we get to visit Rameshwaram when he come down. So all the 24 wells, because I took bath in each one of them, saying a special mantra. He said, this benefits all the people who come. And it's like they came and took the bath in the 24 wells, which he said is necessary for the energy what I granted Rama Bhagavan to get rid of his dosha. I wanted my children, whatever dosha they have in many, many lifetimes, hundred thousands of lifetime, like Arjuna said. Arjuna was told by Krishna Bhagavan, you have lived for 820,000 lifetime, and I knew each one of them. You don't remember that. That's gone. So each one of us have had that many lifetimes, hundreds of thousands of lifetime. And each lifetime you accrue some form of dosham. You may not be aware of it. In a one lifetime, we do many things which is not right, which is not proper, and that may cause dosha, about which you won't be aware. But it accumulates. That many lifetime it accumulates, and you have to get rid of it before you can go to the state of purity where we go back to Mother. We become one from where we all came. That's the concept of our evolution. That many life we need to get rid of it. So this one aspect Mother has given us will get rid of many of dosha for you. And she so kindly granted that, because I have not even heard this story before she told me. It is there in mythology. Brahmahati dosham, which is a very, very worst dosham you can have. And he was given that because he killed the highest Brahmin, which is Ravana. Ravana is a mighty, mighty being. So that results in certain dosha, that's called Brahmahati dosha, which are very intense. And this was a solution for Rama Bhagavan to go through to get rid of dosha. She's giving all of us, whoever comes to visit her house, she's giving a chance to get rid of the dosa, which we have accumulated in many, many lifetimes. So that is the greatest boon that we have not consecrated yet, and it is not available yet. And I hope by next year we will have that Sannidhanam where you can get the benefits of Rameshwaram. What a boon that is, and how blessed we are, all of you, because you earned it and you're given that. Now we have to make that happen, and she has given this much, so she will give that too. Even if I don't make it from Himalayas, one of you would continue that, and you will make that happen. So this place will be sanctified as Rameshwaram, which is the greatest boon. So now we all had Kasi effect here. All Himalayan places she sent me, the effect is here. So you coming to this temple is visiting Benares many, many times. But now you will get the benefit of visiting and doing the right thing in Rameshwaram like place. And this place, Mother would grant us by next year the benefits of visiting Rameshwaram and doing the right thing. Just visiting a temple alone is not enough. You have to know who is there in the temple, the real energy, the real cosmic. They're all cosmic beings. They don't have a physical form. But we give them a murti, we give them a form and a name so that we can invite them in a real way, because they are abstract energies. Unless you know them, you have some idea about who they are, how they look, or how they would look, so you can invoke them. So that's the principle of our thing. That's why we have a murti, we have a yantra, and we have the energy of that cosmic energy, which is a real, true deity. And all our murtis have all three. That's why she has given us yantra, mantra, and tantra, and made us go through all that. That's a huge benefit. Most of you don't know that, but it is here. Every deity we have in the Rajagopuram, the 520 of them, they're all energized. And it took almost 3 years to bring each one of them, and we did prana pratishta. Prana pratishta really means I give part of my soul and connect to that deity. Prana pratishta. I do pratishta through my soul. So it's very scientific and very detailed, and you have to know that. So just being there alone is not enough. You have to connect. Like Raman always connects with Kartikeya, because that is his Ishta Devata. And he knows what mantra to say. He's a very learned man, most learned man in this temple, most scholarly.
Kumar gave me one mantra, and I'm much, much older than all of you here. I mean, any of you here, rather, I should say. And about 6 years ago, I never even know that mantras existed. If somebody told me mantras we have aksharams, right? If somebody ever told me that there is a mantra with 9 aksharas, I wouldn't even know what they are. And Dr. Kumar one day told me suddenly, Setu, there is so... I said, no, doctor, I don't. Can you tell me? He says, okay, I will tell you. But he didn't tell me. He just keep on postponing it for more than 3 to 4 years. And then he gave me one day, when it was not expected. He called me in and then gave me that, of course, in the public thing like this, Lo and behold, within a couple of years, I have to go through a small experience. That mantra saved my life today. That he knew that, I know that. And a lot of people who used to come to the temple quite often and, coming here often, they know that. So whatever he tells about me, it is his grace, or through him, my mother's grace I have received. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. I think Mother wanted him to see her new house and participate in that. That's his blessing, and she didn't want to make him miss. Among all the people in this temple, the most learned is Sethuraman. Problem is, he would not share it with you. He's very quiet, and I don't know why he would not share those secretive information that is between him and Divine Mother. And I know that. And she gave me that mantra. I don't give mantras. Mantras are from her. You can give any mantra you want, but that would not be proper akshara, and it's really not the right thing to do. You have to have Mother's grace to get the mantra. And many of you had got mantras here. Some of you had gotten directly, and I know that. So this is a special. So you're a special person who was given the mantra. I didn't give any mantra because I'm not capable of that. Mantras come from divine. And if you are blessed, and if your destiny is to get it in this life, you will get it. Most of us may not. It may take many, many lifetimes. In one lifetime, you will get that. So he was given that mantra. It's a wonderful mantra. I was aware of the mantra, but I did not practice it. After Mother gave it to me, she said, you can have it. What she told me is, I give you mail, you deliver it. So what I'm telling you now is the one of the mail she's sending you. I happen to share it with you. Whatever I say, I won't even remember after this day is over. But that is from her. Whatever you understand, whatever you carry tonight, that would have come from her. And each one of you will carry something different. And I may not even be aware of what I am giving you. She knows what she wants you to have, and she will let you have it. So Sethuraman's episode was a wonderful episode, and I'm happy that she kept him. Because logically, he should not have survived. I hate to say the word like that, but that's the truth. So he's a different man. He's not the same person. I know it. I see the difference in vibration. So she took it and gave him something better. Now he's closer to her, and I hope he stays with us to see her new house. And I think he will. And that new house will be the most magnificent house you have ever seen, temple you have ever seen. With that many Sannidhanams, it's impossible to build it. She has to tell you what to do, and she's directing us very detailed fashion. Every little thing needs to be done, she tells. And we do it, and devotees get the benefit. There will be many devotees who may never come here when she directly communicates. So she told me, you tell yourself, you call yourself as a mailman. I always say, I'm a mailman, I deliver mail. I'm delivering mail to you. But she said, but tell them you're the only one I allow to read, because my mail, so you can't read others' mail. It's a federal crime if you take somebody else's mail and read it. But you, I have given you the right to take it and use it, because you don't use it for you. All the secrets I give you, you only share with somebody else, and somebody else will be my children. Since I know that, I will give you, I will let you read it. So I read your mails. That means something very personal between you and Mother. Many of it I know. Only way I will use it is if it's beneficial to you or to the society, I will use it. Otherwise, I won't even think. Because these are all cosmic sounds which constantly comes to you, but you're not aware of it. Constant interaction between you and her. But you may not be aware of it. And as time goes on, he gets deeper and deeper by getting involved with all the rituals. One ritual is Abhishekam. Homa would be the best way to reach her. Next would be Abhishekam. You saw how devotedly we used all the ahutis, and we showered her with our love, our reverence, our affection. That's all she needs. She doesn't ask for anything else. And today we came and did it. So the Abhishekams are a very important way to reach divine, because you do it with purity, with love, affection, and purity. When you do that, she accepts you and she comes to you. Particularly in this temple, she comes and does all these things so that we can receive. See, people go, human beings, life forms go after divine. Divine doesn't come after you. Because divine has many universes, not just one universe to take care of. It won't come after you. But in this place, it comes after you. If she's not after you, you would not be here to watch Abhishekam, and you would not hear me sharing some experiences. These are all private experiences. I don't share. But you are meant to know it. And she shared it with you. What you got out of it, I won't know. Only you and Mother would know. So she's a personal goddess. And she knows what you need, and she'll share that with you. This episode was a wonderful episode. It happened a year ago. And that time she said, my house will be consecrated as Rameshwaram anyone who comes here would have the benefit of visiting Rameshwaram. And since you know that background, you can actually visualize your impurity. Basically, that's the aim. Our purpose is to clean up ourselves so that the deities, the devatas, can come into you without being uncomfortable. But they are very uncomfortable because we are impure beings. The minute you are born, you lost your purity. Purity meaning you lost your identity. You think you're mind, body, intellect. And mind, body, intellect carries impurity. Only soul doesn't carry the impurity. But the mind, body, intellect, ego, that carries impurity. And it accumulates. We hope that as we grow up, it will be less and less, and we can go and these deities can come into you freely and communicate with you and purify you. So when it happens, you become the nicest person, purest person, very sattvic person. That effect of that cosmic energy, you call them devatas, the millions and millions of them. And many of them are here. And that's the reason why we built the Rajagopuram the way she advised, and we're building the new place of worship, because we have to receive. She will grant you, but we have to take it. And all our efforts in consumption. She has cooked it, she has given it to us. We have to take it. And all these rituals that travel back to origin, all this are towards that, to take it what she has given it. Otherwise, at the time of birth, we have many karmic impurities. We won't even know. As time goes on, you'll realize certain defects and certain karmic impurity, which makes it harder for the harmony between the angels and you, the angels in you, the divine in you, because you are divine to begin with, but you are corrupted because of so many lifetimes and so many karmic impurities that has to be cleaned up. There's no other way than what she is telling us. This is the only way you can clean up those karmic things. You can do nice act. She told me you can do charities, help people, take care of the body, mind, intellect, everything. But what is dear to me is that soul. How do I help you to strengthen your soul? Participate in places like our house. And that is towards the soul. That's all I can do for you. Anything else I do is for your mind, body, intellect, money, service. Anything I do, it'll be for that only, not for the soul. Only she can tell you what to do. And a simple way is participate in a religious temple. I say spiritual. I don't want to use the word religious. Spiritual activities. Then you touch that soul. And that soul is connected to Paramatman, Atman to Paramatman. Anything else, I can help you, make you strengthen your mind, intellect, ego, make you happy, give you wealth, anything you want. But that is short term. Those are all short term investment. That's the investment we make. Short term investment, good for one lifetime. Truly long term investment has to be a spiritual activity where you connected that soul with Paramatman. Whatever you can do, that would be the highest form of help you can do. Only the intermediary mind, body, intellect, ego would go and come back again and again and again. But the soul is pure. But you have to, that's what the term self-realization, it's a very nice term. Self is Atman. Realization. Know yourself, who you are, where you came from, why you are here, what's ahead for you. If you only know that, and who can tell you that? Only Divine Mother can tell you. That aspect of her in us, which is there in all of us. If you can strengthen that and purify it, she'll connect to you. She'll directly talk to you. Many of our devotees have had communications. As I said, this Muslim man from Middle East who's now been here, he has had communication. You don't have to be here. But most likely you would come here. Okay, you'll be drawn. That would be your destiny. Why did I end up in Michigan? That is my destiny. So I came here and I stayed here. I always wondered, why didn't you go to New York or Chicago? I like those places better than Michigan. Michigan is not the best place. But I ended up here because that is my privilege. That is her kindness to me, to keep me here, but make me participate in her activity. That's all she wants. She wants you back, and she will do whatever is needed so that you can know her and and become part of her. That is a huge thing. And for her to do all this to us, that's unheard of, because we go after divine. The divine doesn't come after you. But you people are blessed. We are all blessed. Somehow we earn the right and the privilege for her to try to purify us. That's a huge, huge boon. So I want you to appreciate that. Otherwise you won't appreciate it. We are given a greatest boon. Enjoy it, appreciate it, and let her wake up in us. Are you done? No. Okay. So we will have the most wonderful temple you will ever see. The size would be about 25,000 square feet. The other temple we had, part of it is here, is about 7,000 square feet. But this would be 25,000 with so many Sannidhanam, and even Drishti Peedam itself, she wants 14 of her aspects. These aspects are new. I knew a couple of them, but not many of them. And that is not a good news. When she said, you bring me in this aspect, that is not a good news. Because those are all fighters. To make them manifest, this would be Grama Devatas, Munishwara, Virabhadra, all those Grama Devatas, this would be that aspect. 14 of them. We have to build them. Build, construct, and bring that aspect. No place has all 14 of this Devata. And the common feature of these Devatas, they're fighters. They fight evil. They're very intense beings, 14 of them. So we have to find who they are. I don't know all of them. I know a couple of them. So we have to find it, and somehow I will get that. When I go to India, some Siddha or somebody would come and tell me something, and that will come from her. Some information about that particular Devata. So we have to find out who they are and build it around the Drishtipeedam. Just to look at it, can you imagine the most magnificent, all these deities sitting around our mother in Drishtipeedam as Durga, Kodunglur Bhagavati, Chotanikar Bhagavati, they were representing there. And this cosmic energy would be connected to them. The fact that she's asking us to bring them, you know what it means? We are going to have problems. When you say we, not us, the world, we'll have a problem. Look how quickly that COVID came. January, you didn't even know anything about COVID. How quickly life changed in 1 year. Many, many repercussions. It's not just a disease. Psychological repercussion, economic repercussion, many, many things. We don't even know the effect of COVID yet. We know the intense aspect. There are many subtle aspects of COVID which will manifest. Even psychological aspect, the fear, the insecurity. Many of them will manifest. And this is already changing. That virus is already starting to change, is starting to mutate. That's a bad news. So far, the vaccine is able to help. But suppose it mutates. See how smart these viruses are. For us, it takes 100,000 years to change one gene out of all the genes. These things change so quickly. It came so quickly, it is starting to change. How smart they are. Who's smarter? They are 1,000 times smarter than us and adaptable. And it's starting to change. And if it changes more, the vaccine in a year may not be effective. So they've got to go and find another one. So we have problems that is not solved yet. We'll get rid of this particular strain, but can that be changed enough to form a new one, or can it be different? There are millions of viruses. So in 1 second, life can change. Only way we can be protected is what she is doing. Bring those energies. That's why she gave an example. You may know the chief of police, but the constable, the policeman in front of you, you'll have more effect in protecting you. A thief sees the policeman, so most likely he won't come to you. But if you know the highest person, the president or chief of police, that thief doesn't know that. He'll come and hurt you. And once it happens, he may get protection from those powerful beings. But the episode has happened. So she says, no, I don't want it to happen. So bring me in these forms, this intense, defensive energies. Example I gave you is Munishwara would be one. Virabhadra would be one. There are many of them, 14 of them. Very intense, fearful beings. Old days, villages would have. When you leave the village at the time, only one they will have. Not all of them. That village will have one guardian deities, they call them, and it'll protect. That is mythology. But this one is a real one, real energy, and we have to bring that and make it, and she will energize. That is for the world. So you and I are given this privilege of participating in that protection, because if you participate, you will be part of the protection. Okay? You participated in her activity. That's why I said participating in a temple construction is huge boon. Not many people have that boon. When you get a chance, take advantage of it. And this place is not the regular temple. It is our house, because these energies are intense, active energies. They are not like regular temple. You go there and wake up those things, and you don't even understand them most of the time, because we don't understand the depth of that particular deity. Here she teaches you, and she lets them interact with you, and we know them. So we'll give her. And that would help the world. So we are participating in the world protective activity of her, and nobody would know that. I used to tease my friends, there's 7 billion people in the world. If you charge $1 per person, that's $7 billion. So we should think of some way of showing them we are doing it. My response is they'll put me in a mental institution. If I go and ask somebody, give me $1, I'm going to protect you. If I tell you that, nobody will believe it, and they won't even know that. But these are facts. And leave alone all that, this will be the most beautiful temple you can see. With 30 Sannidhanams, you won't see it. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10 Sannidhanams. Not all 30 of them. Very unusual Sannidhanams. And they're not just material. They're not just form. They are real energy represented as a deity. We look at the deity and try to find the murti, the real energy. That's the usual way. It takes many lifetimes to do that. But here she will give the energy, and the deity would be there. And if you go and invoke with whatever methodology she taught you, you will get the benefit. And we will participate in the travel. We have not started the travel yet. The travel meaning that particular temple we have not started yet. We'll start, it's already working. You're not allowed to see it now. There's a lot of work going on behind. We don't let anyone to go right now because we have to do certain rituals and do certain protection before we can let. That will take a year before we can do them. And by that time, that place will be the most beautiful, most intense temple, most beautiful temple, because it's energetic. And she gave the plan. Even Rameshwaram thing, unless she told me, I won't know anything about it. I didn't even know there are 3 lingams, and Rama Bhagavan made that, and mother told him to make it to protect him, and she's giving in a small way our own share. So that's a huge, huge benefit, and I hope all of you participate some form. Again, it goes back to sacrifice. See, when mother wanted to create, she told the Shiva aspect of her, she Shiva Shakti. I would go to Gauri Kund, that's place I'm going next month. I will go and start my creation. That means she has to meditate. She has to sacrifice. I will do my part. You, as a Shiva aspect of me, do the dissolving part, dissolution part. I'll do the creative part. How long would it have taken? Probably a million years. She would have sat there and did it. And that place probably was hit by a meteorite, so it's very energetic. So it became a lake, and that's called Gauri Kund. It's close to Kedarnath, Amarnath. Amarnath is 14,000. This is about 7,000. I've never been there. But I'll go find it and do whatever I'm supposed to do. And the result would be you will get connection to mother through Gauri Kund. And now you heard it, you'll be starting to think of Gauri Kund, you'll read about it, and then the energy would wake up in you, and you'll develop some relationship with Gauri as mother. And then that was a place where the creation started. How do I know that? Because she gave me the story. So you come to me in Gauri Kund and do these rituals. And I'll share it with all my children, meaning you. I'll share it with them. So you'll get some answers and certain experiences after I go and do my job, which I hope to do within a month. I'll go and do that part. Then it'll take many, many years, each one of you, depending on your level of evolution, you'll be touched by her. But you will be definitely ahead of what you are now. in terms of relationship with her once I do them. So these are all beautiful episodes, and if I don't tell you, you won't know it. And if she doesn't tell me, I won't know it. But we go through them. This place is full of Yakshinis, Mohinis, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas. These are all cosmic energy. This place is full of them. You start feeling them. And many people here who are close to me, now they're starting to feel it. Before they never felt it. These are all cosmic energy, not mental. You have to be beyond that. In other words, you have to be older than you are. In other words, you have to have connections. You got to wake up the cosmic energy in us by so many methodology. And then you feel them, you see them, you know them, and you receive them. And these are not mind, body, intellect, human. These are all super sensuous energy. Even to know them is a great privilege. If you can make a contact with them, it's a huge privilege, huge boon. It advances 100 lifetimes worth of growth in one lifetime. And we have the opportunity because we will get that. Okay. So this episode you have to remember, these 3 lingams you have to remember. And when we have it installed, you go and worship them thinking of those 3. Because Sita Devi and Rama Bhagavan and Hanuman made the deity under the direction of Divine Mother to get rid of that Brahmahati dosha. And that would have gone with Rama Bhagavan for many lifetimes. Many incarnations you will have it. But she gave him the answer how to get rid of it. And this is the story. And by telling us that, she has given us an opening. Why not we benefit from that? Even though it may be 1,000 what she gave the divine, but still it is there, and we will get the benefit unless you know that everything is perception. You got to perceive something. That is why moon is important. That is why they say mind is not that important like Atman. That is really not true. You perceive everything through the mind. So don't think mind is not important. And the moon represents mind. Sun represents the Atman, symbolically. And our Atman is connected to sun. But the moon is connected to the mind. So if you have a good moon in your chart, your mind will be very good, very deep. Siddharaman probably has a good moon because he remembers all the deepest secrets. He doesn't share it with anybody. Why, I don't know. But he knows. I know that he knows. That's why he's kept so long. Because I was there.
When he says that I'm not sharing it, it's not because I just don't want to share it. We have a proverb in Tamil language. I will say the proverb and then translate it to English. It is easier that way for me. Thala irka vaal aadadu. That is, for a dog, when the head is there, the tail will not wag, right? When the head is here, I will not wag. Whenever he is not here, I will teach you all you want to know, whatever I know, whatever he taught me, whatever the mother told me. But when he is here, the tail is not wagging. Thank you, Doctor.
Siddharaman knows a lot. I know it. But he doesn't discuss, he doesn't share. He keeps it all secrets. Maybe that's his destiny, I don't know. But now I think he's starting to talk more. The fact he is here, sometimes you don't have to even know what they're thinking. Just being with them, the vibration helps a lot. That's why they say the holy people, the rishis, the sages, you just have their association. They don't have to teach you anything. That vibration itself will give you a lot. That's why you say spend time with people who are higher beings, meaning they are wiser, older. I say older, not in the chronological age. In real way, the soul level, they are older. And the vibration can come to you. So they say you always spend time with wise beings. Not intelligent. I'm not using the word intelligent. I'm saying wise. Intelligence is different. That is man-made. Wisdom is something comes from the soul. And all of us have that. Different levels. But we have to perceive that. And in this temple, these Yashinis, I use the word supersensual, devatas, they're full of them. When I do the prayogam, they're full of them. The world is full of them. But they are in the different world, not in our world. So we don't perceive them in that form. Sometimes you do, but usually you don't. We have 108 Shangus there. 108. See, all these rituals, she teaches us to do it so that you will benefit. If you don't know it, we won't do it and you won't benefit. You'll come to the temple, look at the deities and go. You won't get that vibration because those Sankus are specially energized and blessed. And when we do that, you get that. Everything is vibration, by the way. Everything in the universe is vibrational, fundamental. Anything which comes to you through vibration, whether it's a deity or anything, any emotions, love, affection, everything, the intermediary is vibration. And we started with the vibration. From the primordial vibration from Mother, she started oscillating. And that vibration energy became creation in many forms. A trillion forms of her came to us through vibration. And science accepts it now. Science accepts everything is vibrational. If vibration stops, the soul stopped. And soul never stops. It goes on forever in different forms. It's vibrational activity. And we can intensify it by our affection, love, and by grace. The most important word is the grace. If you can get the grace, doing whatever you can, you've gotten her kindness, her grace. And what is the right word? I don't know. What would be the right Tamil word? Would grace be? Arul? Arul would be the right word? Arul? Okay. Arul. Arul would be equivalent to grace. That is given to you. Your soul has earned it. And that goes on forever. Many, many forms, many intensities, higher forms. And you carry it on forever. That's what is, I call them long-term investing. That dividend stays with you forever. And you keep on adding. But the problem is you may get the negative aspect of that. That becomes a sin. And that has its own consequences. The net result, you hope you'll go with positive. When you finish up this journey in this life, you go with positive, and that accumulates each time. But sometimes it could be negative if you don't know, if you're ignorant, and if you're evil by nature, you would accumulate the negative thing. Ultimately, we'll go back. No question. How long would it take? Billion years? 100,000 years? Or 100 years? I don't know. Time. So she said, I give you enough time. There is no restriction of time. You can take 100,000 years, a million years. I'll give you that. But use it carefully and get benefit from that. I don't restrict I don't demand anything. It's you. It's between you and me. And you take all the time you want, because in that consciousness level, there is no limitation of time. 100,000 years, million years, there's no time. Only when the sun and moon influences you, time starts. When you're beyond that, there's no time. You can live in an equivalent term, million years. It'll be like a 1 minute for you, because there is no sun-moon movement affecting you there. So it's really scientific. That's why they say in certain time travel, you can come back younger than you are. I can understand you do not age. If you travel speed of light, you may not age 100,000 years. But getting younger, scientifically I can't explain it, but it is true, it seems. If you travel certain speed, close to speed of light, you can come back younger than you left. But again, it's possible because it depends on the movement of the planets, which affects your aging. It's very fascinating. This abstract thinking, humans are given. We assume animals don't have abstract thinking, so we are the highest. I have my own doubts. Some animals I know, they contemplate. I observed them. Animals. By the way, we are going to have special days. 3 days in a year. Those days will be given to a dog, and a cat, and a horse. She said, you invoke them, the vibrational effect. So we'll have function. On that day, we'll do homa for the cat, or the dog, or the horse. Those 3 vibrations. She said, I want it here. So we'll find the day and do a special homa. Don't bring your dogs here, but bring the affection of the dog here. But that makes sense because they are life forms. And I have known the dog contemplating. You don't know it because it doesn't talk to you. You assume they don't contemplate. They don't have ability to think abstractly. They do. And they probably contemplate, they probably meditate. We don't know that in a different form. Because I have seen some dogs, they contemplate, they're very intuitive, they're very predictable, they know what you're thinking. How can that be? If they're so rudimentary, they won't be able to. Humans don't. We have lost that sixth sense. Animals still retain it, but you have to observe. So we decided we'll have 3 functions in a year. One for a dog, one for a cat, one for the horse. Horse vibration I knew. Always I knew. It's very special. Aswaruda. You know Aswaruda? You heard of Aswaruda? It's a deity. Very powerful deity, Aswaruda. Mantra. Mother gave it to me once. And that mantra has helped me a lot. That is Aswaruda mantra. Aswaruda is horse mantra. And that is very effective mantra. Mother may give it to you. One day maybe she will let me give you that mantra. So far she has not. Aswara. That's a horse. And horse represents mind. Cow represents Atman. It's Sattvic. Atman is representative of cow. Horse is representative of horse. Again, when I say represent, they are not the same. The vibrationally more in tune with horse, mind, and the cow is in tune with the soul. See, all this is a really scientific principle. You just have to understand it that way, not to look at it in a way science explains it. But I know some animals have that vibration. And now they're finding out, they're able to see the astral effect of an animal. Animals think abstractly and you can feel it. But it's astral, not physical. It's not particulate. It's not physical. But it's astral. And you can feel it. Some of you, I know, have felt it. Some of you love the animals so much, I'm sure you communicate with them. And they think like us many times. And they're very loyal to you. They're actually better than human in terms of loyalty. So we will have 3 functions. And don't think we are stupid. We are not. We know what we are doing because she tells us, one day you have special homa for dog vibration. One day you have special homa for cat vibration. One day you have special homa for horse. Horse I knew, Aswaruda I know is very effective. But cat and dog, they should have their Atmans and they are touched by you and you are touched by them. Why not use them to go to higher level of consciousness? Probably you can. If your mother wishes, you can. So animals heal. Many people's illness, animals heal. And that's not scientific. Animals don't know what illness they are healing, but they heal you. And science actually shown the vibrational effect of that incurable. See, the animals help. So show kindness to animals because you don't know which one would help you. Are we done?
We are ready, Doctor.
Okay, thank you.